Good afternoon, Elon students, staff, and faculty. Get ready for the weekly Roundtable Talk with Stats 212.
Hi, I'm Chandler.
Hi, my name is Meghan.
My name is Kirsten.
And I'm Steven. We're a team of investigators reporting to you on the Elon News Network all about the nitty-gritty of the Rio 2016 Olympic swim meet.
We are investigating the 2016 Rio Summer Olympic swim meet. The issue at hand is whether or not lanes give swimmers an advantage in time in the outgoing and ingoing laps. There may be a circular current which happens in the Olympic swimming pool.
We have taken the time of all the swimmers in lane 2. The ingoing and outgoing laps of lane 2 swimmers was recorded. We later compared our data to lane 7 so we could show the whole pool was affected rather than our one lane.
There were 12 sample times recorded in our data. If there was no difference between the outgoing and ingoing lap times, that would show there was no evidence of a current in the pool. The average time for the difference was 0.412 seconds quicker for the ingoing laps than the outgoing ones. If there wasn't a current in the pool, our data would show no difference, or the average would be close to zero.
If the graph supported there was no difference in the lane time, we would see the high point in the graph filled out, but as you can see, our data is at the very end of both sides. The test was conducted by using a known statistical distribution to determine the probability that a sampled outgoing time minus the ingoing time represents the population.
If there were no current in the pool affecting ingoing and outgoing lane times, the data we saw would have occurred super infrequently. Because of these results, a much more logical explanation for the data we collected would have happened due to the current in the pool, not by chance.
We concluded that there may be a current in our lane of the pool, which affects the times of our ingoing and outgoing lanes.
This graph shows the time of lane 2 and lane 7 in a box plot. As you can see, lane 2 and lane 7 have large differences in times and almost don't overlap at all. We compared the average difference between the ingoing and outgoing lanes between our lane and the lane on the opposite side of the pool to show the whole pool was affected by the current, but not each lane was affected equally, as you can see that between the differences in lane 2's data and lane 7's. We tested by recording the differences in outgoing and ingoing times of the swimmers. We then averaged these differences for each lane.
After evaluating our theory, we tested the averages due to the fact that the pool lanes are symmetrical. We wanted to make sure that each lane was affected by a current. Some lanes' incoming times were slower because they were affected by the presence of a current, and other outgoing times were slower because of the variable current. In our example, lane 2's incoming time was slower than in lane 7's incoming time.
We conclude that our reasoning supports the assumption that there was a current in the Rio Summer Olympic pool.
Overall, we have reason to believe that there was a circular current within the Rio Olympic pool. Some lanes had an advantage over others due to the timing for incoming laps. In lane 7, the average time was faster in the incoming lane time when compared to lane 2.
While this evidence of a current has a large effect on shorter races, it might not have as big of an effect on longer races at the Olympics. It would not have as large of an effect on longer races because the current would eventually be equal for all lanes because people would be swimming multiple times ingoing and outgoing. This does not have a huge effect on shorter races because only specific lanes feel the current.
The certain lanes being slower due to a current could affect the swimmer from winning a race, winning a medal, and possibly affect their whole career with future races and even sponsorship. This could be very detrimental for swimmers who only compete in 50-meter short races because they only swim in one direction.
Thank you for tuning in to Elon Roundtable Talk.
Tune in next week for our feature on cheating at the Puppy Super Bowl. Thanks.
Bye.